Have you ever noticed your car just doesn't feel the same as it used to? Maybe it's a little sluggish, idles a bit rough, or the fuel economy isn't what it once was. You might think it's just getting old. But the truth could be something more specific. Modern car engines are incredible pieces of technology, powerful, efficient, and cleaner than ever. But here's the catch. They are also incredibly sensitive, and certain parts tend to fail much earlier than we expect, often long before the car has high mileage. These failures can be sneaky. Your car still starts and drives, but deep inside, key components are slowly wearing out. Understanding which parts are the most vulnerable can help you spot the warning signs, save a ton of money on repairs, and keep your engine running strong for years. So today, let us pop the hood and take a deep dive into the 6 engine parts that commonly fail first in modern cars. First up, the timing system, specifically timing chains. You might have heard that timing chains are lifetime parts, and like the older timing belts that needed regular replacement. Well, lifetime is a very optimistic term. In reality, many modern timing chains are failing way ahead of schedule. Why? It all comes down to oil. These chains need clean, high-quality oil flowing at the right pressure to stay lubricated. But with today's long oil change intervals, oil breaks down and turns into sludge. This sludge clogs the tiny passages that feed the chain and its tensioners. Without proper lubrication, the chain starts to stretch, the tensioners wear out, and your engine's timing gets thrown off. The scariest part is that the early warning sign is often just a subtle rattling noise when you start the engine cold. By the time a check engine light comes on, you could be looking at major, wallet-busting engine damage. Next on our list is a part that is crucial for performance and efficiency: the fuel injector. Modern engines, especially those with direct injection, use injectors that operate under immense pressure, spraying a fine mist of fuel directly into the combustion chamber. This precision is great for power, but it also makes injectors extremely prone to clogging. Even small amounts of contamination from poor quality fuel can build up over time, creating carbon deposits that block the injector nozzles. When that happens, fuel delivery becomes uneven, causing misfires, hesitation, and a noticeable drop in power. It's a slow burn problem. You might not notice it day to day, but over months, your car just feels weaker and less responsive. In some severe cases, a leaking injector can even wash lubricating oil off the cylinder walls, leading to accelerated internal engine wear. The third weak link in modern engines is the ignition system, and the main culprit is the ignition coil. Gone are the days of a single distributor. Most cars now have individual coil plug units that sit right on top of each spark plug. While this design is efficient, it exposes the coils to a massive amount of heat directly from the engine. Over time, this constant heat cycle breaks down the coil's internal insulation. A failing ignition coil might work just fine when you're cruising around town, but it can struggle under heavy acceleration, causing intermittent misfires. You'll feel a shudder or hesitation when you try to pass someone on the highway. What's tricky is that these random misfires don't always trigger a check engine light right away, leaving you wondering why your car feels so sluggish. Moving on, let's talk about the variable valve timing system, or VVT. This brilliant system adjusts when your engine's valves open and close to optimize power and fuel economy at different speeds. It's a key reason why a small modern engine can feel so peppy. But the VVT system has an Achilles heel: it's incredibly sensitive to your engine oil. The entire system operates using oil pressure flowing through tiny, intricate passages. If your oil is dirty, has sludge, or is the wrong type, these passages get clogged. When that happens, the VVT system can't make its adjustments correctly. You'll experience poor throttle response, a loss of torque, or rough idle, and your fuel consumption will go up. VVT problems often show up as inconsistent performance. One day the car feels great, the next it feels like it's dragging an anchor. Ignore it for too long, and the system can fail completely. The fifth area of concern is the cooling system, particularly the thermostat and water pump. To be more efficient, modern engines run hotter than older ones. This extra heat puts a lot of stress on the components responsible for keeping things cool. Many new cars use electronic thermostats that are more precise, but also more prone to failing without warning. If the thermostat gets stuck closed, your engine can overheat in minutes. If it gets stuck open, the engine won't reach its proper operating temperature, hurting performance and fuel economy. Water pumps are another weak point. They are often made of lightweight plastic or composite materials and can be driven by the timing belt or chain. A failing water pump can lead to rapid overheating, which can warp your cylinder head or blow ahead gasket repairs that cost thousands. Sometimes, a failing water pump can even take out the timing system with it, creating a domino effect of catastrophic failures. And finally, the sixth common failure point is the oil control system itself. This includes oil pressure sensors, control valves, and oil passages that run through the engine like a circulatory system. As we've seen, clean oil is the lifeblood of a modern engine. It lubricates, cools, and powers systems like VVT and turbochargers. Sludge buildup from infrequent oil changes is the #1 enemy here. It restricts flow, causing oil pressure to drop. When critical parts like bearings, camshafts, or the turbo are starved of oil, they wear out incredibly fast. This leads to a gradual loss of power and, eventually, total engine failure. Faulty oil pressure sensors can also wreak havoc, sending bad information to the car's computer, which might then cut power unnecessarily or fail to warn you of a real problem. These oil-related issues are silent killers, causing damage long before you notice any symptoms. So, what's the common thread here? All these parts are incredibly dependent on proper maintenance. They aren't necessarily poorly designed, they're just unforgiving of neglect. Short trips where the engine doesn't fully warm up, skipping oil changes, using cheap fuel, and aggressive driving all contribute to premature failure. But the good news is, you have the power to prevent this. It's not about being a master mechanic, it's about being a smart owner. Use the correct, high-quality oil and change it on time. Pay attention to your cooling system. Don't ignore strange noises or subtle changes in how your car feels. By understanding what makes your modern engine vulnerable, you can stay ahead of the problems, avoid those shocking repair bills, and enjoy a powerful, efficient car for many, many miles to come. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tips on how to be a smarter car owner. See you next time.